Let's see if we can make them get quiet. Yip, yip. There's got to be a noise I can make. When that problem comes around, you must zip it. When the cows are on the ground, you must zip it. Zip it good. Hey, zip it worked. Stoney Ridge. From Stoney Ridge. Thank you, Randy. Where's my cowboy dog? Hey, Bubba. What are you doing? You want to give me a hug this morning? Come on. Hey, buddy. Goodness gracious, you are shedding so much. Oh, man. It's a deal. It's a deal. Shaky. Give me a shake. It's a deal. All right, go to your bed. Good boy. Guys, welcome back to the farm this morning. We have been getting rain, and more rain. It won't stop raining on the Stoney Ridge farm. Now, I'm not complaining because look at that grass. Today, we're going to walk around the farm. We're going to check out the baby chicks. We're going to run down the hill and we're going to get the cows moving. I'm going to show you some of the worst pastures on the farm right now and what the best pastures are looking like. And we're going to give you an update on something that's pretty sad. We had a calf that got down. So come along, let's talk a little bit about what's going on here on the farm. You can see, I just got this load of mulch. It's the Belmont dump trailer is sitting here dumped back. I had it completely full of water. I bet it had that much water in the back of it. I dumped it, it drained for like 20 minutes. Guys, let's get busy, have a little bit of fun on the farm. Gosh, these chickens are getting huge. Hey, birdie birds, and they're eating me out of house and home. Hey, birdies. Hey, guys, you're looking like full-grown chickens now. Oh, man. Guys, this is the Eggmobile / Broodmobile, and we're going to be building 2 more of these on the farm, so I hope you are subscribed to the channel. I'm just checking their feed bucket right here, and it does look like I need to feed them, so let me go get a little bucket of feed. Bucket of feed. Doo, 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 doo. Kid, hey kid, you're out. You better get your butt back in there. You better get your butt back in there. You better get your butt back in there. There you go. The electric fence charger won't charge if it ain't sunny outside. Struggle bussing with that just a little bit. I don't want anything to get my chickens. We're gonna feed them real quick. See how big these guys are getting. Oh, let's fall over the fence. Hey kids, good morning. Buck, 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 birdie birds. Come on, birdies. There you go. I'm gonna say you kids were hungry, huh? You guys hungry? Huh? Were y'all hungry? Gotta spend a little time close to your chickens, guys. If you don't, they'll be wild and crazy. So I just hang out with them sometimes down here. Bring a little chair down, just sit down, chill out. Watch the chickens peck the ground. Nothing wrong with that, right? Let's take a quick peek inside the coop while these guys are chowing down. Make sure everything is good to go. This is that chick cozy door you guys saw me install not too long ago. It has been doing great. We're just gonna peek our head in here. Make sure they got plenty of water, plenty of poopy in there too, which is fine. We're gonna be moving the chickens out of this section of the yard soon and move the whole poultry net. So tonight I'll probably shut this to where the door won't open in the morning and we'll get these birds moved. Wherever we put these chickens, it really makes the yard thrive or the pasture thrive. And the whole goal is to be able to move these birds in behind the cows as pasture sanitizers. Now, I can't do that right now because look at my grass. It is insane right now. Look at this. Holy macaroni. The grass is this high. This is the highest it's ever been on the Stoney Ridge farm. It's doing absolutely awesome, and typically we like to mow prior to it seeding out like this, but this year I'm trying something a little different, and I've got some experiments you'll see in a future video. I'm experimenting with mowing in right behind the cows, mowing this high, or mowing 5 inches, or mowing 8 inches high, and just trying to see what recovers the quickest. We've got a great year for testing our pastures out. Let's go check on the cows. We're just going to walk across the farm here. 1 step, 2 step, out. There we go. I'll post a link to all the stuff that we have here with the chickens, the Starkline netting and that awesome chicken coop door. I'm really impressed with it. It has been more reliable than any chicken coop door that's automatic that I've ever had. I'm gonna have to bush hog the daggone yard here. Wow. If you guys saw last Friday's video, we got out here in the garden, and I'm gonna step over in here too, do a little weed pulling as I walk. These are the scourge of the farm. Morning glory. Ugh. Get it out of here. Get it out of here. Lot of good weed control here from mulching this area and mulching in my plant beds, and that will help to retain the moisture. Everything is looking fantastic. Awesome. Do have some weed seeds coming up, but easy enough. Just pop them out and good to go. All right. Everything looking good in the garden. These are my egg layers, and we got egg layers that are sitting on eggs. We may have baby chicks within the next 3 days, according to Josh's farm calendar, I guess. And it looks like every hen in here is broody, and Randy is just sassy. Hey, Randy. Let's see what we got in here. I haven't checked on these guys in a while. Oh man, do we have any baby chicks? There's Randy. What you got, Mama? Oh yeah, Mama's fired up. Oh, what you got, Mama? Let's see what this Mama's got. She's in a trance. How many eggs you got under you? 5? Oh, there's a hatched egg. You got a baby? You got? I see an egg that's it's cracked, but it's not hatched. Yuck. Ooh. And the other chickens will eat that. What we got here? What we got, Mama? No babies? Everybody's broody right now. We got clutches of eggs everywhere. Hey, I'm cool with that. Look, she went right back to sit on her eggs. We're gonna have baby chicks everywhere. I can't wait. I'll keep you guys posted when they start hatching. Maybe we'll just put a camera in there and live stream it. That'd be pretty cool. All right, that's Dad's old farm haul tractor. It does run, and we will drive that soon. I promise. I don't know when soon will be, but I promise. So, in this paddock right here that we're gonna be moving the cows to in just a second, we've got the best grass, and we've got the worst grass. I cleared this piece of land right here, and this is probably 1.5 acres. I cleared it last June. We'll get you some footage of clearing that. What a chore. So every tree on this side of the fence, and the mega shop is up here, outdoor kitchen's up here. Every tree on that side of the fence had to be set over onto this side of the fence. What we're gonna do is open a gate up here in a second, and the cows are right back here in the woods. I really wanted to leave them in the woods as long as I could so that they raise the canopy up just a little bit, which gives the deer a little less cover and gives the farmer a little better fruit trees, because our deer aren't all over top of us right here and eating up my fruit trees. And I'll show you right here. I've got a beautiful little fruit tree right here. This is a dwarf mulberry, and the deer have made it dwarf everything. So the deer are eating it up. I need to put little fences around these to stop this, but every time the leaves come out, we get bombarded by deer. It's not cool. It's pretty horrible, actually. Bunch of fruit trees planted all the way up that hill, and the deer just keep decimating them. I've heard just take a soap bar and put it on the ground right beside that tree, and that'll help, but I don't know. We do have one cow in here, and his name is Jumper, and Jumper will jump that. He is a pain in my butt. The cows are gonna be in this section. Again, this is probably an acre and a half, and they're gonna be in here for 24 hours. So I'll move them this morning, and then I'll move them again tomorrow morning to another section right over here, if it's time to move them. So I'm gonna step over the fence and see if I can fix the fence. Oh. What this is I need to come in and raise this up just a little bit, and up to about right there. I've got to take the forks on the tractor and raise that up. I tried to pull it up and hang it up on top of that post. That fence is way too tight. You can see how tall the grass is right here. Look at this. Look at that. Almost chest high. That is super cool. Super cool. You hear the cows mooing and carrying on down here? Let's see what we got going on. We got clover. We got fescue, we got weeds, briars, and we got cows mooing. Check this out. These animals will raise the canopy in here, and I'm actually, you hear them mooing, which means they want to move. They're spoiled rotten, just spoiled plum stinking rotten. They'll get in here and they'll raise this canopy up a lot higher than it is, and they will eat a lot of that leaf debris, and I really want to do that. So, ooh, autumn olive, yeah. I really want to do that so that the cows have a clearer view down through here, so that the deer aren't in here all the time and laying down and getting up there and eating my fruit trees, and so that we get some forage inside the forest right there. Nothing like having a food forest for your animals. So let's walk down. They are not done grazing this paddock right here, and they are on 9 acres right now. So let's walk over here and see what we got going. Told you it was muddy. Lots of rain. We want these cows eating this right here. We're not moving them. We got several days left. And when they're mooing, they ain't chewing, which means they're not hungry. Hey kids! And like I said, they're not mooing because they're hungry. They're mooing because they're spoiled rotten. Like crying babies. Every time they cry, Daddy comes running. All right. Hey, mamas. This is not what I want on my farm. It is not. But when it rains for this many days, I think we're on day 5 of rain. When it rains that many days, it's just no preventing it. Hey girls. Good morning, kiddos. Oh, it's so muddy right here. Morning. Good morning, guys. Everybody looking pretty good? How's my babies doing? How's Butthead? Hey, Butthead. You want a little love? Don't push Sweetie out of the way. She wants love. Is this Bud? Hey, big old Bud. How you doing, buddy? And hey, Sweetie Pie. Good to see you this morning. And our new babies. We've got 3 brand new babies. Hey, Bud. Everybody's looking great. You will see flies. This is a farm, and I do not give my flies a systemic fly spray or a fly block. So you're gonna see flies. Let's look at the pasture here, see what we got. Boy, they wanna move. So we've got grasses out here, and the grasses we're seeing in this section of pasture do not mirror that section over there. They just don't. These cows need to eat and trample this and put down all that butt fertilizer that we like so much. So they've gone through and picked out the best of the best, the yummiest of the yummy. And they really want to move. Look at them. Hey guys! Let's see if we can make them get quiet. There's got to be a noise I can make. When a problem comes around, you must zip it. When the cows are on the ground, you must zip it. Zip it good. Hey, zip it worked. All right. So this is mainly broom sedge. Broom sedge and weeds. As soon as I move the cows off of here, I will go through and I'll mow this for weed control. Again, we're trying to raise the canopy here in the forest. The cows have plenty of food. I'm not gonna move them, but you can tell a distinct difference in this horrible pasture, the worst pasture on the farm, and the one we just walked by. There's a huge, huge difference. Grass this high versus just basically weeds. So what's the thought process here as the cows are mooing and crying and carrying on and being spoiled brats? Let me walk towards them a little bit. The process here is multi-species pasture. We do not want our animals to just eat one single forage, and that's what's super important here. The thought process of letting them get in here and eat a little bit of these leaves, a little leaf debris here, a little bit of weed debris out here, various types of grasses and legumes. It's super important for our animals' health to give them a salad bar. Right, not just one type of forage. Hey, kiddo, what's the matter with you, turd? It just wants love. That's what it is. She just wants a little bit of loving. If you remember, we bale grazed this. So we set out hay bales in here, plop, 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 all the way down this hill all winter, 2 winters ago. Now, last winter, I rolled out 100 hay bales onto this land, and we're building soil and we're building forage, and we don't have to put out grass seed. The cows and the hay are what feed this land, and that is what's gonna make this pasture look just like that pasture over there. This past season, I did put down lime. When you lime this, you bring the pH up to a more pH neutral. In other words, it's not as acidic, and therefore it gets better forage for the animals. You can see they've got a huge area to graze here. There's plenty of food for them to munch on, and there's plenty of food there in the food forest. So again, I'm gonna leave them here. I just wanted to walk you guys around, show you what's going on the farm, and talk about pastures and pasture health. We're gonna take one more look at 2 different pastures and show you guys just the difference in what 2 years of grazing has made. So this has only been grazed over winter 1 year and last summer, and this is the 2nd summer in this season. The other that we just walked out of that has great grass is 3 years ahead of this. So now we got manure everywhere. Dollar bill, 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 rock. Dollar bill, 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 rock. It's super important to pick those rocks up too. All right, we're gonna step over the fence where the cows are not eating. Here's what they've grazed, and here's what they haven't grazed. And this is a lot of weeds. It is, absolutely, a lot of weeds. Down inside these weeds, we see clover. Clover is typically, like look at this clover right here. That's typically what we're gonna see first, okay? We're gonna see clover first, a heavy weed load. We're gonna keep it mowed, we're gonna keep it grazed. And over 2 to 5 years, we get a huge amount of recovery. This is where we bale grazed. See, it's kind of sparse right here, but in this area is a hay bale that is decaying and rotting. That is gonna feed our soil. That is what we're looking for. Let's keep on walking. I've had a lot of people on the channel tell me, Josh, you need to mow, you need to mow, you need to mow before the seed head comes out. When the soil is right, the grasses will come. What does the clover tell me? The clover tells me that it's fixing nitrogen. In case you guys don't know, clover fixes nitrogen, and I'm told that you have to wait until the clover flowers in order for it to fix nitrogen. We're actually gonna pull up, if we can, we're gonna pull up some clover by the roots here and see if we can see any nitrogen nodules on this clover. Let's see. The ground's so hard, I can't really get it out without tearing it up. we've got several different types of legumes in here. And again, legumes tend to fix nitrogen. Here's a big daddy clover. Let's just ruin our pasture real quick. Okay, shaky, shaky, shaky. Do we have nodules on here that are helping to fix nitrogen? Let's tap off the soil. And on these roots, there are tiny nodules. You probably can't see them, but they're tiny nodules that will pull nitrogen from the sky, from the air, and put it in the soil and make our soil better. It's pretty cool, pretty interesting. So the urine, the manure, and the legumes are pulling nitrogen right back down to the soil. Horrible grasses in here, lots of weeds. The cows will eat them. These little flowers right here are sweet to the taste, and the cows will, well, let me just try one. Ah. Bittersweet. Oh. Oh man, no wonder they want to move. There are various forages out there. You guys can do a little Google research if you like, but there are various forages out there that will help our cows to deworm themselves. And my cows get moved all the time. They're constantly moving. I have not wormed my animals, and I don't have a high parasite load here on the farm because they continue to move, mob, and mow. Let's go check out this other field. It's right across here. Again, this is, I believe, 3 years ahead of what we just walked off. Much better. Look at this. Much, much better. Now this hillside is still a little sparse, and that's okay. But we're getting much, much better. And that's why I'm letting my seed heads kind of grow out a little bit. Look at our grass seed. This is grass-jucation right here. What we're looking for is the stem on this grass, and this is a fescue grass. The stem on this will start to turn brown. When that stem turns brown, we're gonna smack the fence with this grass real quick. When the stem turns brown, that seed starts to let loose. Check it out. No seed really letting loose, a little bit, kind of letting loose on here as I tap it. But if we found one that was brown, we'd get a lot more seed out of it. Let me see if I can find a much more mature seed head. Grass-jucation. Where is? Nobody's brown yet. They're just not quite brown yet. So that tells me I still need to wait. Cows will get in here and they will gobble up these little seed heads right here. They'll just eat them right up. Very high in protein, pretty sweet. So is the stem right here, and so is the grass. But look at this. This is a sign of poor soil health, okay? Long, tall stem with very little leaf structure right there. So the goal here is get these cows in here, let them eat a third, trample a third, leave a third. When they get in, their hooves actually stimulate growth. When they get in here, their saliva, when they eat the grass, will actually stimulate growth. Let's look at this. Compare that right there to this. Holy cow, look at that. Back into the grasses that are this high. This whole field right here will be cleaned up. This will be a 12-hour, actually this will be a 24-hour graze, full of clover. Clover's fixing nitrogen, manure's helping to feed the soil. And that's how this regenerative farm works, guys. Thank you all so much for joining me. I was gonna move the cows. It's so fun to put them on a new section of pasture, so stay tuned. We do have an update on the calf that got down. So a couple days ago, I was out here and I moved the cows and I went back and I searched through the field. I'll get you some footage. I actually took the drone up to search to see if we had any calves left behind. And unfortunately, we had 4 calves born 2 weeks ago. Every calf does not make it. I think that's 22 calves here on the Stoney Ridge farm this year. It's the most we've ever produced. Every calf isn't going to make it. About a 3% loss is pretty much expected. This calf got down. It suckled mom. I watched it suckle mom. It got its colostrum. It had white stool, very, very foul smelling white stool. It had some sort of a stomach issue that I don't know what the heck it was. I took the calf, went up here, and we're gonna do a video fully dedicated to this calf because I learned a lot when I did this. I took the calf, I gave it a vitamin supplement, I gave it a mineral supplement, I did my very best to help it survive, to get it stronger. I gave it sugar water. It would not suckle. And when we get to the point where we won't suckle, we're in deep trouble, very, very deep trouble. The calf could not stand up for long. When I first found it, it would stand up and kind of run and its back legs would go out from under it. It didn't have a crooked neck or anything like that. It was in shock is what it was. I don't know if it was in shock from a digestive issue, or if it was in shock from not eating, or if it was in shock from an illness. No other cows on the farm had the illness. I think it was a failure to thrive issue. So it suckled barely. So I got it to take like 3 ounces of electrolyte and sugar water and vitamin, and I ended up having to go tube it. So the frustrating part, and we'll do a full video on this, I'll show you guys how I made the tube. The super frustrating part of it was I went to Tractor Supply, and Tractor Supply had no tools for me to be able to put a tube down this cow's throat. It's supposed to be a farm supply store. I also went to a local farm supply store, and it had zero products for me to put a tube down that calf's throat. It had the electrolytes, it didn't have the vitamin pack that I needed to give it. It didn't even have bottles for sucking. I don't know how you can call yourself a farm store if you don't have things like that to take care of farm animals. I just don't know. There's plenty of dog food in there. Tractor Supply's loaded, got a whole wall of dog food and nothing to take care of a sick calf other than meds. No way to administer the meds. The next place I went, so I went to Tractor Supply, I went to a local farm store. The next place I went to was to get an enema bag. You know, I'm a registered nurse of almost 20 years now, and I went to get an enema bag, and that was my idea. I would slide the enema tube down the calf's throat. What you want is a tube that's smooth, that's not going to injure the calf's esophagus as it goes down, because you're just causing more problems. So I went to get the enema bag, and they didn't have an enema at CVS, at my local drugstore. I didn't have time to fool with all this mess. So I went over, and again, I'll do a dedicated video on how I made this, but I went over to Lowe's Home Improvement, got me some tubing. I brought the tubing home, I cut it to length, and I heated the end of it up so it would get soft on the end and rounded the edges so it would slide down the calf's throat. And I administered the medication, and I administered the electrolytes and sugar water. The calf continued to decline. I brought it back up here to the house. I took care of it the best I could. By the time I'd gotten it up here to the house and laid down in a good comfortable spot, keeping it warm, keeping it healthy, its temperature was down, it was so listless, and it had started to breathe what we call Kussmaul respirations, which is and I could just see it was suffering. I could just see it. Sometimes you have to make a really, really hard decision, and it's never easy to make a decision on a young animal like that, a baby. It's just so horrible to have to make that decision. I had other things planned for that day. Everything got dropped. I had graduations to go to that were out of state. Everything got dropped. Everything got dedicated to that calf, and at the end of the day, I had to put the calf down. That was the only solution. I did not want to watch it suffer, and that was the only solution. People think because they have dogs and cats that there is a large animal veterinarian on standby everywhere all over the country, and there's just not. There's just no way. This calf had gotten to the point where it had declined so much that it was never going to recover, and I needed to put it out of its misery. It's a decision that you have to make on a farm, and it's a very, very sad decision to have to make. It hurt me. It broke my heart, but it's just part of farming, just part of life. That's it. We've got beauty, we've got birth, we've got life, we've got growth, and we've got death, and we've got senescence. Everything you see here will be dead one day, including myself. And, you know, I think putting an animal through misery in order to make it survive, for me, when it comes to the point where you're trying to make an animal survive and it's not for the animal, it's for you, or a person also. You know, I've seen this in the ICU working as a nurse for years and years. When it comes to a point where you're selfishly trying to make something survive and putting it through misery for yourself, that's when you have to really sit down with yourself and think, am I doing this for me, or am I doing this for the benefit of the animal? And I had to make that decision. So a sad ending to an otherwise happy day here on the farm. Baby chicks coming, garden, growth, beauty, and life and death. It's just part of living out here. It's just part of being in the country. Buddy, my dog up there, he's got bad hips. He's a wonderful dog, but I know there'll be a decision I'll have to make with him at some point too. And we all have to make these decisions if we have pets or farm animals. Guys, leave your comments. Please share with me. Please don't play the blame game on this baby calf. It was a horrible experience. I do this because I love animals. I do this because I love nature. I love the soil. I love what I do. And it's very heartbreaking to have to go through something like this. So let me know. Share your stories down there if you farm, or if you've had an experience like this, even with your dog or with a family member. It's good to get it off your chest. Thank you guys. We'll see you next time. This is that whole lean on a gate, talk to a mate thing. If you guys don't know about that, that's a charity my good friend put on. I'll post a link down to it. It's a charity organization that helps farmers with conversations like this. Farmers, fencers, ranchers, stuff like that. Lean on a gate, talk to a mate. There'll be a link down there in the video description. Take care, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time on the Stoney Ridge. Woo! I can't take it. I can't listen to them move. I've got to move them. I can't take it. Okay, well, the fence works because it shocked me. A little finger tickle to the taste, and the cows will, well, let me just try one. Ah, bittersweet. Oh, that's a daggum deer turd right there. Look at that, man. That's a deer turd tree. You see that? Tickle, tickle, tickle. Tickle, tickle, tickle. Well, come on down to the Stoney. Tammy, I'd like to talk to you about our Lord and Savior. Tammy, wait. What about your car insurance? She doesn't even know her car warranty's expired. Is that Clover? Is that what you wanted? They chewing, man. They ain't mooing.